Hey everybody, what's up? It's me. And yes, last time we did an hour-long video. This time we're going to do another summation examination. God damn it. Twice in this goddamn court? Why? Why me? Anyway, I have considered the defense's counsel's request for further summation examination of the jury. And I'm going to press the button right now. And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure. Wow, he's smacking that hard. So, counsel, you will now proceed with your second summation examination. Look, he even said it right there. Second summation examination. Is that the name of this video? Probably. Until I find a better name for this video. Anyway, let's just go. I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman. Oh. Wait, you're Foreman? Hang on a second. You're Bruce Fairplay, not Foreman, unless your name is Bruce Foreman. You're lying already? Anyway, we are, my lord. Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime. Judicial findings. Again. The jurors' contentions. The accused left behind evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his. Hang on. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Even if the woman was throwing books, it can't be related to this crime if the window was closed, can it? Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit. Okay. Look, I just don't get this. I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tidy bit of trouble. Come to think of it, we had a fire at home a while ago. It gave me the sneezes. All right. Well, pretty much everyone's doing their own thing, as said before, anyway. Yes. Considerably more tangible argument from all members of the jury this time around, it seems. I mean, not really, no, Judge, but, you know, I'll let it slide because you're awesome. With one notable exception, of course. What do you mean? Oh, God, this guy. My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony. So, the court must accept the fact that it was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene. And moreover... Stop breaking! You're wasting your glasses, bro. Those are collectible items, I think. No one else was even at the scene to commit the crime. Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it would seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone. I mean, no. I fail to see how it can be argued any other way. I mean, just let me. That means I'm afraid that during the summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the facts. What does that mean? I'm scared now. What does that mean? But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here? I don't even know. Isn't it obvious? Who stabbed the woman and how? Those 2 details are all you need to provide. Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted. And there I was thinking this might be hard. Yeah, oh, woo, that's simple. But Mr. Naruhodo, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends. I mean, how? No pressure then. Yeah, thanks, bro. That's quite enough preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna save. All right, cool. We're back. Now, proceed. I presume you are prepared, counsel. Oh, yes, my lord. All right, Ryonosuke. Focus your mind now. We got this. Smack yourself. Oh, double slap. Oh, we're getting into the deep end now. Clearly, the key to this summation examination is going to be juror number 4, the maid. Or should I say, Mrs. Garrett. also a book that disappeared from the Garrideb's house on the evening of the incident. And the fourth book found in the victim's hand. There must be a way to link the two. How? I mean, other than stating the obvious that it's burned. Yes, that's what we have to find. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far, whatever it takes. Don't forget to keep an eye on Mrs. Garrideb and how she reacts, even to the things other people say. Oh, so basically, same deal. Press everything, see how she reacts. Then when she slips, we go to her, right? Is that how it works? Kind of like the what do you call it? Mind slipping. You know, I can't think right now. I could, yeah, we'll just go one by one. Hold it! But as we know, there were 4 books, not 3. Exactly, I wanted it to state that at the beginning. Well, what difference does it make? There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord. Yes, that's the part I have a problem with. Sorry? Oh yeah, look at the little things in the bottom. Well, at the point the woman was stabbed, this landlord fellow was at home, wasn't he? Enjoying a fiery scrap with his wife or something, you said? That's not exactly how I put it, no. Well, anyway, the point is the fellow and his wife were somewhere else when it happened. I think that's what you call a strong alibi. So, it couldn't have been the landlord who did it, which only leaves the Nippon-ass fellow. Honestly, I can't see what all this palaver is all about. It's a done deal, isn't it? I suppose it is, since I've nothing witty left to say. Okay, so you. If there's some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider. Alright, we're just gonna press everybody. So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean? Oh my, such delight on your face, but I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you may think of me, I am a very modern, metropolitan, irrational woman. I mean, besides the flashing of you saying everything like that, I doubt it, but okay. That's great. Okay, yeah, just tell her lies then. If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by the tea time, isn't it? So why read them in the first place? I mean, because you want to. It's entertaining. You see, modern, metropolitan, irrational thinking, wouldn't you say? Why are you saying it like that? It reminds me of, like, Natsumi. Remember how he's, like, just stating stuff, like, with funny poses, but, like, more refined. And not at all extreme. As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite 1 or 2 minor puzzlements, I do declare that the man is overwhelmingly guilty. Oh, well, thanks for notifying that of me. Modern, metropolitan, and rational logic, wouldn't you say? You are giving off Natsumi vibes, and I think you have a crush on him. Overwhelmingly. But us modern gals, do you stop talking? But us modern gals and are always delighted to embrace new fads, you know. So I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you could come up with one. I'd be happy to do that. If only I could. Let's do our very best. Not to disappoint the modern and metropolitan young lady. Alright, not Susato. Right. I'm glad you omitted rational there. At least she knows. Alright, you boy. Even the woman was wrong. It can't be related to scene of the crime. Hold it! Alright, we'll press on you. But what about the possibility that the window was open? What about it? I mean, there's just no way it could have been. How could you be so sure? The prosecutor fellow over there said it earlier, didn't he? Winters in London are no joke. You don't want to invite that sort of cold indoors. So, no, the window wasn't open. Us Londoners like sitting by the fire and staying warm, see? But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you? It just wasn't. They wouldn't have opened it. Then what's the point in having windows, huh? I mean, he's got you there, bro. Counsel, you kindly refrain from childish bickering. I mean, he's got a point, Judge, so why have a window if you ain't gonna open it? That just makes no sense. Oh, sorry. No, don't be. I agree. Somehow I need to show there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. Because this young man isn't going to budge otherwise. You are the one that I wanted to press on the most.
Hold it!
But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not? With flames of love, I'll have you know. There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb. I mean, have you seen anime, bro? Oh shit, stop slapping people. Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to betray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree? Well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. Okay, good for you. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Mrs. Garrett. Never mind you that. The point is, we were just having a juvenile little dispute, nothing more. Stop trying to slap the man next to you, then. And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime. Okay. Right. Well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? Are you good? He doesn't seem to be turning a hair at Mrs. Garrett's relentless onslaughts. Oh, well, I mean, he is married, though. I think he's dealt with that, right? It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he is. No, I wouldn't call it gentle. I'd call it, like, there's no way out of it, so he's just like, I'll deal with it. It's not my fault. I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, you're the one with the family, though, right? Alright, let's hold it. You just want to get this over with. How can you sit there and say something like that? A man's future is at stake here. Well, him and me both then, like I said before. What? I told you already, I'm a day laborer, aren't I? If I don't bring home some readies with me, you'll find me floating face down in the Thames tomorrow morning. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because he's got a wife. What? No, don't sound surprised. Yeah, you heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know. She can be fierce. Believe you me, bro, I know. Trust me, I know. Another shining example of marital bliss. Never mind that. That's the name of this title, Marital Bliss. A situation like this cropped up the other day. It was, well, yes? You know, it's funny, but I can't quite remember. Oh gosh, it's worse than I thought. He got knocked out. Sorry? It was too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out. No, you just probably got knocked the fuck out. Helpful. I wonder if Mr. Beat will ever be dragged into the Thames by his scarf. Don't even go there, Miss Susato. Yeah, don't. You don't want to. There must be some way to jog his memory about this. I think the man at this guy, he's like, there was a fire, though. He's saying that there was a fire. Could you give more details, juror number 6?
Hold it!
Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case? Sorry, what's that? You'll have to speak up, lad. Right, he's deaf. Could you tell us more about that fire? It was last winter. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake on my birthday. It had 75 candles on top of it, did. What a sight to behold it was. Wow, I'm surprised you didn't burn that place down. You put candles on a cake? What, was it some kind of devil worship? Oh yeah, that's right. They barrier, like, different territories. They don't know this stuff. Of course not. It was an angel cake. To celebrate my birthday, obviously. It seems that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruhodo. Not just here, not just there, but like everywhere, I think. Well, I don't know, back in the day. Anyway, I mustered all my puff to blow them out. Only I must have blown wrong somehow. The flames didn't go out, but candles went flying all over the room. The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke. Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. Bro, no, trust me, it's a sight to behold. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean a cold but how did you catch a cold from a fire? What if you ask who it was? The children, bless them, threw water over me as they tried to put out the flame. You were on fire? Bro, how are you still alive? And then, because the whole room had filled up with the smoke, of course, we had to open all the windows to clear it. Ah, there's the kicker. The windows. The biting winter air rushed over me like the devil dancing on my grave, did it? I caught a terrible cold from it. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry. I knew it was devil worship all along. Buddy, you need to stop with the devil worshipping. But something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. I know what you're gonna say. If it was on fire and smoky, we need to demonstrate who, apart from Mr. Nutsme, could have attacked a young woman on the street. I think since nobody said anything, I think we need to pit the man against the guy who said, like, why would the windows be open, right? I think we'll play with it for now. So as well as how he or she could have done it. Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments to the contrary. I think you're going to need to put them against each other. Yeah, okay. To force them to accept an alternative explanation. Yeah, thank you. Yes, I know. I don't necessarily need to find contradictions between their assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. So I think I'm on the right track. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for a strike. Oh, I will do it. That's the spirit? She's so happy all the time. Alright, so not you. Not you. You. The window was closed, can it? I mean, I'm gonna go. You know what? Should I save? Right, okay. So I'm gonna pit this against this guy. Winter houses fire. You have to open a window to clear smoke. Oh, it changed. That's when the chills gets to you. Objection. There we go. See, I knew it. These two juror statements clearly contradict one another. They do? How exactly, counsel? Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me. What's that you say? Speak up, lad. Speak up. All right. Juror number 3. Do you see? Oh, me? See what, sir? Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems, despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter. Well, yes, of course, because it was an emergency. I mean, obviously, if the room was filled with smoke from a fire, then you'd be mad not to open the... But are you catching on? Oh! Yeah, there you go, he caught on. Exactly. On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garrideb's household. And Mr. Garrideb had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with smoke. Oh yeah, he did say that. Oh, my. Oh, madam. Hello. Excuse me, madam. Are you okay? Juror number 4. Do you have something to say about that? Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of it. Oh, she's drinking a bunch of tea. Madam, please, you're gonna have to use the bathroom and then you have to be excused. We'll have to do a whole thing. Stop it. Mrs. Garrideb. Oh, dear me. What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am? It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now. What is it? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? The room would have been thick with smoke after the carpet and bookcase caught fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window. Madam? And what if we did? Excuse me, madam, could you repeat that again? Oh, all right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window, which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battering. Okay, I mean, madam, you're gonna need to work on those anger issues, but why would you not let your husband open the window when the freaking smoke is engulfing your room. Even though your house was on fire? Exactly. Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise. Of course. I should have realized. That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. You've managed to establish the window was open. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garrett's formal statement. Now that you mention it, yes, the window was open at the time. I'd clearly forgotten it. It was true. Okay, so what do I do here now? Did this guy change? Okay. Do I pit him against him now? Or her? I don't know anymore. Oh, shit. Open the window. I clearly forgotten about it, but it's true. Do I just press her again? You know what? I'm gonna press her again, and then we'll see from there. Hold it! The fourth book at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garrett told us he had been reading. Well, I really couldn't say. Oh, you're drinking tea. On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading? Madam? Are you okay? I did. Oh, so you admit it. Okay, this is going on much easier than I thought. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it. You're right. Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Stop trying to be buddy. Let the man live. Because I couldn't! You insolent little man! I didn't remember! I mean... Okay. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on. As well, you know. Alright. I really don't. I barely noticed I was throwing a book. Boy. Much less the title of it. Oh, buddy, are you okay?
Excuse me.
How you doing, bro? What is it? Juror number 5? Everyone's just freaking out now. What's happening? Did you remember something? You know something? I've remembered what it was. That memory I'd blocked out. Ah, okay, we're getting the memory back. Let's go. It was listening to what this granny was saying brought it all flooding back. Buddy, I don't think you want to call her a granny, okay? Just a FYI, she's on a slapping spree. Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mrs. Garrett, or the maid. I'll have you know. See, I told you. The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's so used to being hit all the time. Poor guy. He's just trying to provide for his family. It was about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home after work I put my hand in my pocket for wages I just earned that day, and I nearly died. There was a hole. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh dear, what a disaster. Yeah, that sucks. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Oh, yeah, he's getting to the good part. The wife was cutting some chicken at the time. I don't know where this is going. I could hardly get the words out, but I told her straight, I've lost a day's wage, love. Next thing I knew, the blade was whistling past my ear. Stuck into the wall next to me, I did. About an inch deep. Holy crap, bro. Are you okay? Are you alive? No words. Just terror. Just, wow. Women. Am I right? I could smell it then. You know, the god-awful stench of the Thames. I was sure I was going to end up face down in the muddy banks that night. I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it? Yeah, damn right it is. I'll never use the word lightly again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Oh, buddy, do I know. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't think that all women are so short-tempered and unrefined. You should not be one talking, Suzuto. You took me down like 50 times, okay? I got your number, okay? No, I wasn't thinking that. Throwing household objects at people is, well, it's so uncivilized. At least attack with honor, using a bow or the like. Madam, please, are you trying to murder me? What? Attack? Who are you going to attack? I don't want to know. Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think. Alright, we'll come back to the bow and arrow thing later if I dare. Yeah, how about you just don't mention it? Just let it go over your head like peanut. Woman in rage will hurl almost anything at you. So what do I do now? I mention it. What is this? Who do I pin this against? If there's some novel alternative explanation about the victim as stabbed, I might reconsider. The accused left behind the evidence at the scene, didn't he? Those 3 books of his. So what do I do now? Do I just press on him? Last time I pressed on her. Let me press on him this time. Hold it! And then we'll see if somebody else freaks out. Your wife really threw a kitchen knife at you. That's right. She was chopping meat with it. Had a tidy edge on it, believe me. Still, it's all memories, isn't it? It started with a smile she threw me when we were recording. And since then, the list of things she's thrown at me has grown along with our relationship. It was a cup, then a glass, then a pot, a kettle, a chair, a wardrobe, a cooker, a bathtub. A bathtub? Hang on a second. A kettle, a chair, yes. A wardrobe, okay. A cooker, fine. A bathtub, isn't that attached to your damn house? Your wife must be even beefier than you. Hey, yo. Strong women, am I right? I stand for them. And things came to a head last week when she threw me right into the themes. What do you mean by that? Still, she's not so bad when she's calmed down. She's a little sweetheart, really. I'm so happy for you. If you want to know what I think this whole idea of ladies first, that we're so obsessed with in this country, was thought up by some clever lad who'd been tossed into the themes too many times by their wives. You know what? I don't deny it. That's a very interesting theory. What a terrible thought. On the face of it, this juror's statement just sounds like a really extreme anecdote. But I think it might turn out to be an extremely powerful weapon. Against who? A weapon I might be able to use to make the jurors accept the alternative explanation here. Oh! Do I have to... Hang on a second. No, that's not... I meant to go back. Okay. Oh, this is new, I guess. So the window was open when the Garadips were arguing that day. Yes, Mrs. Garadip has finally admitted to it, which is a very significant victory for the defense. I feel like the fog's starting to clear and an alternative explanation to the case is starting to show itself. Are we really gonna go with that she was throwing too many things, that she accidentally threw a knife and hit the goddamn woman? Is that what we're going with? Because I feel like we need to do her with muscles over there. Alright, cool. So, pit her against him, right? A woman in rage will hurl almost anything at you. The kitchen knife really brought that home with me. Objection! There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection. Good grief. You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once. Oh, buddy. If you need an explanation, you ain't married. Juror number 2. Do you think, perhaps, that this could be one such novel alternative? Oh my, whatever do you mean? An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back? Oh, here we go. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated that the 4th book, The Lion's Pride, that was found at the scene of the crime, originated in Mr. Garadip's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from Garadip's household to the street below. We are going with the fucking... She threw the knife out the window. Eh? What's that now? After all, Mrs. Garadip could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Isn't that right, juror number 4? What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole? What the hell is that insult? I'm beginning to think that ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened. Now, you listen here, you Eastern Gala. As the foreman of this jury, I demand a straight answer. Oh, that's what it is, foreman. Never mind. You give us this yarn about some other object making its way out of the house, but what? What was it? I'm really taking a big gamble here. Bro, I think I know where you're going. That was a bold accusation to make, but I haven't any real evidence to back it up. Oh, buddy. Are we really doing this? But I'm certain that at the very least, this warrants further investigation. Oh, okay, fair enough. Alright, Mr. Foreman, I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garrett household to the scene of the crime was the jackknife. We're really going with this, aren't we? Holy shit.
Take that!
Please? No? Juror number 4, Mrs. Garrett. What now? I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before? Uh-oh, the music. Ah.
Good Lord, Counsel, what on earth are you doing? That's the weapon that has been lodged in the victim's back, man.
Oh, we're going there. We're going there. Oh, we're slamming that thing. My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett were in the throes of an argument. Mrs. Garrett was hurling anything she could at her husband, who'd have been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene.
You can't seriously believe that book was found in the victim's grasp. Are you saying that it flew out the window and across the street to land neatly into her hand? Huh? Even my missus hasn't gotten a name like that.
Yes, I admit, there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow the trial to end. Not now. Oh my. Ah! Mrs. Garrett, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not? Oh, oh, she's like, oh, she fell. Oh no, I caused her to collapse. I'm so sorry, madame. My lord, oh wait, who's this? My lord? I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all. Thank you, madame.
Yes, I agree. I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it would be right for the trial to come to an end now with so many unanswered questions.
Mr. Foreman? Don't you mean Bruce Fairplay? You too?
I'd have to agree. Not that I think that Granny did it, mind.
Yes, you know what? I'm not quite happy about this at the moment either. Altogether now, ladies and gents. Except for the one that's collapsed. What about? Wait, hang on. Grandpa didn't do it. Did he do it? I don't know. I didn't see him. Bum bum. We did it for the second time in a row. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruhodo.
So, as a result of the defense summation examination, a number of jurors leaning have changed. 2 jurors called guilty, against 4 now calling innocent. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided. And this trial will continue.
Like today? Because I don't think I have time for today. So, Judge, what's the call?
Now then, Lord Van Zeeks, how does the prosecution wish to proceed?
Pouring himself a glass of wine like always. This trial is rapidly descending into a farce. Oh, you're actually drinking it this time. Like a corked wine, the first few sips are bitter enough. And you're throwing more. Dude, could you stop with the freaking throwing? But what follows is so repugnant, it's good for nothing save the gutter.
If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, the defense has just put forward a credible alternative explanation for what happened.
Credible? Is that your considered opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke, to which I barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourselves better with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time? I don't have a clue this time.
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Garrodep's household runs a rather wide street, Brer Road. Which means the distance from the Garrodep's house to the scene is some, yes, 15 yards. Let me see, 15 yards. That's around 14 meters. Again, don't know frame-wise. But for 14 meters, that's a little farther than I'd imagine. And as you ladies and gentlemen of the jury rightfully noted as having portentous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches. In other words, the smoldering book wantonly hurled by the lady of the house traveled some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed victim's fingers and thumb. Is that your final conclusion, my learned and deluded friend? Buddy, you gotta stop with the insults. Well... And did the jackknife follow a near identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of the having a bad day for the victim, I think. Oh, slamming that thing. Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots. Wow, holy shit, he's going in. Ah! There's nothing I can say to that. I mean, yeah, fair play to him. That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice. Oh, yes, thank you. I do like making his voice. Miss Susato. Serialized detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he? Oh, wait, because she's a fan of them. Maybe let's pick our battles here. Yeah, let's save that for later, Susato. My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistant, you may speak for the defense. Yes, go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea of fantasy, but what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leanings. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. Fair enough. Van Zeeks is just like, I'm not even gonna look at you. To that end... Yeah? Juror number 4, Mrs. Joanne Garrodep, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination. Okay, well, I didn't think we would be doing this now, but, like, can we wait until tomorrow at least? No?
Saints alive! A cross-examination of a juror?
Has that never been done before? Am I going mad?
Order, order, order. Well, this is highly irregular. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witnesses stand.
Objection!
Whoa. Oh, you're wasting more wine, bro. How many bottles is that? 2? 3? And unnecessary. What does that mean?
Lord Van Zeeks?
Even everyone's shocked. What's happening here? There are already witnesses in the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's partial theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and a jackknife must have flown through the sky before this couple's eyes. And we must assume they would be able to testify accordingly. What say you, witnesses?
Raleigh, you're awake? Yes, sir. Constable Raleigh Beat, reporting for duty, sir. I love his theme. Well, good morning, officer. Sorry for dozing off until now, sir. I haven't slept for a month on account of villains who's appeared on my beat, sir. Oh, they are so heroic, these London bobbies. Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more. Oh, Raleigh, my hero, you make me swoon. God damn it.
Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request.
Oh. Don't worry about it, don't.
And order the witness in this stand to testify again. You know what? We'll do that next time. I'm at 42 minutes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy this funny music, and next time we'll get the witnesses to testify and see what mess this comes down to again. Oh boy, I love this game so much.